Hi everyone, this is Rakesh. Welcome to VR Computer Education. Today, class 2, we are going to discuss the topic about languages. It's Introduction to Language. The topics are language definition, programming language, computer language, language translators. So these are the topics. What is language definition, general definition? What is programming language, what is computer language, and what is language translators. First, language definition. So general definition. So in general, a language means the method of communicating. So why we use language? For communication purpose or to know something, either speaking or writing. So that communication can be either speaking or writing. So when the person is in front of us, we'll speak. If it is not there, then we'll do messages. So messages is also one type of communicating. So that to do message, you also require a language. Like that, speaking or writing. It contains a use of words in structured and conventional way. So in structured and conventional way, suppose if you want to wish your friend, if your friend is here, you can say good morning so that he can listen. If he is not there, you'll type a message good morning. So same thing, good morning, you are saying if he is there in front of you. If not there, you are giving message. The same thing you are going to write in that good morning. To write that good morning, you require a particular language. So like that, some of the languages are Telugu. Next, programming language. Here, a programming language is a formal language that specifies a set of instructions that can be used to produce various kinds of output. So programming language is nothing but it's just formal language. So that contains what set of instructions. So those are used to produce or to generate various kinds of output. So programming languages generally consisting of instructions for a computer. So programming languages consist what? Instructions for a computer. Can be used to create programs that implement specific algorithm. Here algorithm means some step-by-step procedure is followed to solve any problem. So for solving any problem, a step-by-step procedure is used. That is called here algorithm. Next, to write any program, you should know computer programming language. Simply to speak with the computer, you should know the computer language. In the same way, to write any program, you should know computer programming language. Next, computer language. Around the world, language is a source of communication for human, right? So to speak with anyone, we require some language. It may be any language. Similarly, in order to communicate with the computer, human also need to know a language that should be understood by the computer. Suppose if two persons are there, two English speaking persons are there, they should know English language. Two Telugu speaking persons are there, they should know Telugu language. Like two Hindi persons are there, they should know Hindi language. In the same way, if you want to speak with the computer or if you want to communicate with the computer, you should learn the computer understandable language. So for that purpose, different computer languages are developed for performing different types of works in the computer. So to communicate with the computer or to learn the language which is understandable to the computer, here the different languages are developed to work with the computer. Let us see what are those. So before that, we'll define what is computer language. So a language which is used to communicate with the computer by the user. So we are the users. the language which we use to communicate with the computer, and that language is considered as computer language. Next, user can communicate with the computer by writing program. So computer by writing program means nothing but instructions. We can communicate with the computer. A program can be written using computer programming languages. So there are different types of languages developed to communicate with the computer. They are low level language, middle level language, high level language. So these are the languages developed to communicate with the computer, like low level language, middle level language, next high level language. So let us see what is low level, what is middle level, and what is high level. First, low level language is a computer language that contains commands. This is only language which can be understood by the computer. So computer understands only this language. What language? That is low level language. So let us see once again. Low level language is the computer language that consists commands. So low level language consists commands. This is only language which can be understood by the computer. So example for the low level language is binary language. So binary language contains only two digits, that is zeros and ones. Next, low level language is written using binary codes, and this is a machine dependent, means programs which are written on one computer cannot be transferred to the another computer. Suppose you are writing a program in one computer, and that program you cannot execute in the another program. That is called your machine dependent. So low level language is written using binary codes. So binary codes are nothing but using zeros and ones. Next, the low level language is also called as machine language. So this language is also called as machine language. Next, the CPU can directly understand the binary language instructions. It does not require any translators because CPU directly starts executing the binary language instructions and takes very less time to execute that instructions. See, simple for example, there are two persons are there. One person knows English only, another person knows Telugu only. Now both they cannot communicate each other. Right. So to communicate each other, they required a translator between them. Now here, if you are trying to communicate with the computer using low level language, that language directly understands by the computer. So there is no required any translator between. Suppose if there are two Telugu persons or two English speaking persons, so they can communicate very easily. They can execute the tasks very easily because both can understand the same language. English language. Like that, the CPU can directly understand the binary language, the instructions. So instructions will execute in the CPU, central processing unit. So it does not require any translator. What is the reason? CPU directly starts executing the binary language instructions and takes very less time to execute that instructions. Next, middle level language. Next, middle level language is a computer language in which the instructions are created using symbols such as letters, digits, and special characters. So low level language means zeros and ones, only zeros and ones. Here you can use some symbols such as letters, digits, and special characters. So example here, middle level language is assembly language. Now, in assembly language, we can use predefined words called as mnemonics. So, these are called as mnemonics. In this, binary code is replaced with mnemonics and operands such as zeros and ones are replaced with letters. So, instead of giving zeros and ones, we can give with letters like A, B, C, D. So to perform calculations, to add you have to give ADD, subtract SUB, multiplication MUL, like this. but computer cannot understand these mnemonics. So we need to use a translator called assembler. So here we require a translator because this middle level language is not understood by the computer. So computer understands only one language, that is low level language, which contains binary codes, that is zeros and ones. But here the instructions are given in the form of special characters like digits and letters, ABCDs, add, subtract, multiplication. So these are not understand. So for this purpose, here a translator is used, which is called as assembler. So assembler will convert this middle level language into low level language. The previous example I said, if one English speaking person is there, only Telugu speaking person is there. Both want to communicate. Here to communicate a translator is required. So the translator which knows both languages. Now Telugu, he will speak in Telugu, he will listen the translator will convert that Telugu letters into English. Then he will respond, he will speak in English, that he will listen and he will convert them into Telugu and he will say to the Telugu person. Like this, a translator is required to translate from middle level language to low level language. That is called here assembler. Next means, that is the meaning. Computer cannot understand middle level language. It needs to be translated into low level language. To translate, assembler is used. So this is about middle level language. Next, high level language. High level language is a computer language which can be easily understood by the users. So high level language can be easily understood by the users. Why? Because what is the reason? Let us see. High level language is very similar to the human languages. So every high level language contains set of predefined words known as keywords and a set of rules known as syntax. So here keywords and syntaxes are there to create the instructions. So high level language is just like English language, simply you can say. So what human known language, English language, Telugu language, Hindi language, Kannada language, all if you give the instructions in those languages, then they are called high level languages. So here example, COBOL is the high level language. Fortran, Basic, C, C++, Java, etc. These are the examples of high level language because these programs are written using English only. So English can understand the humans. That's why high level language can easily understood by the users. Next, high level language is more easier to understand for the users, but the computer cannot understand it. So to understand the high level language, it must be translated into low level language. To translate, we need to use compiler or interpreter. We can use compiler or interpreter to convert high level language into low level language. Remember, computer understands only one language, that is low level language. Example for low level language is binary language. Binary language means it contains only two digits, that is zeros and ones. 0 and 1. So computer understands only two digits, that is 0 and 1. So you have to give instructions in the form of 0 and 1 only. So this is, you can use compiler or interpreter to convert into low level language. Next, high level language is just like English language, just now I said. So the instructions can be written very easily by the users, but these instructions cannot understand by the computer. So these instructions needed to be translated to low level language. So to translate, compiler or interpreter is used. So we are going to learn C language. So C language possess the capability of both low level and high level language. So therefore C language can be used for writing system software like operating system and application software like games, business packages, etc. So we are going to learn C language. So C language possesses the capabilities of both. So C language holds both high level and low level. So using this C language, you can design an operating system. So when we switch on the computer, an operating system will load. Simply when you switch off your and on your mobile, Android will load. Android is a mobile operating system. That is also example for operating system. Next, application software like WhatsApp, Facebook, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, all these are comes under application softwares. So basically software is of two types, that is system software and application software. System software means operating system. Application software means this apps. So in the system you can find MS Word, MS Excel, MS PowerPoint, Paint, all these comes under examples of application software. Games is also. So these can be designed using this C language. Next, language translators. Next important topic, that is language translators. So language translators. Suppose there is a person 1. He speaks only English, and person 2, he can speak only Telugu. So there are two persons. So person 1 can speak only English, person 2 can speak only Telugu. Now how they will communicate each other? Is it possible? Not possible. So to make it possible, we require another person, which is called as translator. So the translator will know both the languages, English and Telugu. So when person 1 will speak in English, that person 1 English is translated into Telugu, and he will say to the Telugu person. If Telugu person speaks in Telugu and Telugu words are translated to English and they were said to the person 1. So like that, this person 1, person 2, he will use a translator to communicate each other. Like this, computer is also required a translator. Why? To translate the instructions to its understandable language, that is low level language, or you can say binary language or machine language. So let us start the topic, language translators. So here, it is the type of a software. Language translators means what? It is a type of software which is used to translate the user instructions which is written in one type of language into another type. So from one type of language to another type of language to translate, these language translators are used. Computer can understand only one language, which is called as binary or machine or low level language, which contains only two digits, that is zeros and ones. To communicate with the computer, a mechanism is required which translates the user instructions into machine language and machine language to user instructions. This type of conversion is done by a set of programs called as translators. So here translators are nothing but they are the softwares or set of programs. So here, what are the translators? We have three types of translators: compiler, interpreter, assembler. So let us see one by one. A compiler means what? So compiler translates the program written in high level language into machine language and machine language to high level language, called as compiler. See, high level language is same like English language. So we will give instructions in English. So that English language is converted into binary language, that is zeros and ones, to low level language. So a compiler is used there. So compiler, what it will do, it translates the program written in high level language. So whatever programs you will write using high level language, they are converted into machine language or machine language to high level language, vice versa, both high level language to machine language to high level language. That is called here compiler. The program which is written in high level language is called source program. So whatever program we write using high level language, that is considered as source program, and the output given by the compiler after converting is called as an object program. Suppose here we'll write some instructions, so that instructions what we write is called source program. After writing, we'll send into the compiler will convert it, and that conversion program is called object program. So let us see the main advantage of compiler is it translates the program at a time. So complete program is translated at a time. Suppose you wrote 100 instructions. 100 instructions will translate at a time. So let us see diagrammatic form. So high level language means we will write the coding using high level language, which is called as source code, and that is given as input to the compiler. So compiler will give you the output after converting, and that output is called machine language or object program. So this is what about compiler. So compiler will take high level language as input, that is considered as source code, and compiler will, after converting, it gives the output which is considered as object program or machine language. The language translator, next interpreter. So interpreter also translates a program written in high level language. So here also it takes high level language as input into machine language, and machine language into high level language. But interpreters are different in translating when compare with compilers. So compiler will convert same high level language, interpreter also will convert high level language, but there is little bit difference between both of them, compiler and interpreter. What is the difference is compiler converts program in a single step. Just now I said 100 instructions you are given, 100 at a time they are translated, but interpreter is not like that. One by one line, means line by line while program is executing. So first line it will convert, then executes. Second line it will convert, then executes. Third line it will convert, then executes. Like that interpreter will do. Compiler complete 100 lines, after converting it will execute. That is the difference between interpreter and compiler. So diagrammatic form, same high level language, that is considered as source code, input is given, interpreter will convert, gives output called as machine language or object program. This is about interpreter. Next, assembler. So assembler is also one type of language translator which translates the assembly language program. So in the languages we have learned low level language, middle level language, high level language, like that. In the middle level language is used assembly language. So like that, what it contains some digits and special characters, letters, digits and special characters. That language is called here assembly language. So it is one type of language which translates the assembly language programs. So when you write programs using assembly language, they are converted into machine language, and machine language to into assembly language. Who will convert? Assembler. Same high level, sorry, here it takes assembly language as input. So assembly language input, assembler gives output, and into machine language or object program. So this is about assembler, and these are about language translators. Thank you.